Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Ryan,
And I'm Steve.
and as you can see, we do have our special guest back again. This is Gene Boy, Uncle,
Special
Dad's
guest
brother. Happy to have him on the show. Also, a little shout out to all you horror movie fans. Happy Friday the 13th.
Friday
Thank
the
you.
13th. Did you know I was going to try to bring that out in you
Well,
today?
spoiler
The
alert.
horror films. Okay.
Did you? We were born on 13th on a Friday.
Wow, that makes so much
Both
sense.
of us Friday 13th.
It makes a lot of sense. They carry bad luck with them everywhere they go.
Oh yeah.
It's hard telling what'll happen on the show tonight.
It is.
It'll probably crash and die on us, just in a ball of flames. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna continue our fake it till you make it February that we've got going on.
Say
Here.
that
That's
again.
why I'm here.
Yeah,
Say that
he's faking
again.
it till he makes it.
Say that again.
We're gonna continue our fake it till you make it February.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because you said we're going to continue our fake it till you make it February.
Could have been an option here.
All right, we got some special guests
Some
in
more
the
guests in
studio
the
too.
chamber.
That's awesome.
Oh, I believe that someone was wanting a shout out from you personally as well.
Hi, Lena. Hi, Jacob. Papa loves you.
There you go. We
That's
do
awesome.
deliver on requests every now and then.
We do on that.
And
We
please
do
try
on this. We ain't pleased.
All right, so fake it till you make it February. What are we gonna be doing today?
Today we're going to do Never Say Die. We put these other bourbons up there just so you all can see some other NDPs that are possibly building some distilleries here pretty soon, or may have built distilleries. I had the same ones up there last week, but y'all might be able to zoom in on your screen and see something that interesting. Y'all can comment on those bottles as well. But Ryan, what is fake it till you make it? What are we doing here?
Non-distilling producers.
That are building a distillery.
Okay,
So
yeah.
these are non-distilling producers that are getting ready to build. You could add time. They're getting ready to build or have already recently built a distillery. So I kind of did the fake it, because they weren't doing their own stuff until you make it when they actually do their own stuff. But Never Say Die Bourbon is one of those distilleries. They're actually going to build a new distillery in Lexington. So not full blown production. But anyway, so
distilling nonetheless.
that's right. So still a distillery, still in Lexington, and we'll talk a little bit about the distillery later and why they're on Fake It Till You Make It. We did True Story Bourbon last week, so if you haven't seen that episode, tune into it and watch it. And these others may or may not come. We probably have one more episode in us, right? Because I'm out of town the last week. Are you going to do a show on your own?
No.
Okay, so we'll probably do next week, and then we'll be off a week, and then we'll come back.
I'm not going to do it. Bourbon Neophyte, cheers, you bunch of magnificent whiskey people. Remember to smash that like button to support the channel.
Cheers, Bourbon Neophyte.
Appreciate you tuning in, sir, as always. Happy Friday to you.
Love to have you watch.
Yes, I'm not going to be doing all the research that he does, so I probably will not be doing a show.
You can just do a tasting. No?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, does everyone here love a heart-warming survival story?
Yeah.
How about
It's
50s
the
and 60s rock and roll?
Yeah.
All right. How about horse racing?
Oh yeah.
If you're from
All right.
Kentucky, you better.
How about betting some long shots?
A few long shots.
I bet some long shots.
Long shots, yeah.
And then this is the last one. So some half-court, some last-ditch efforts that actually work. When you're at your wit's end, there's nothing more you can do, and you just throw something that you think ain't even going to work, and it finally works, and it fixes something like your car, or it's a full court basketball shot.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So if you like any of that stuff,
Well, Vappy said he liked all of those things.
you're going to love the story about Never Say Die Bourbon. Then, all right. So Never Say Die Bourbon, guys, has a really, really good story. I'm going to try to keep you two involved in this, and I know I get talking. So if there's questions that come up, stop me.
You say all you want.
If there's questions come up, y'all stop me. If y'all have any input, jump in there, okay? All right.
Pacing some WT 114 as I watch. He kind of beat us to the punchline. So before we get into story time here and the background of all this, feel free to pour yourself a drink, pull your favorite bottle off the wall, pull your favorite NDP off the wall. Just have a drink with us on this Friday evening. We'll meet you all here in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes on our end.
Well, I've been pre-gaming with some True Story from last week, so and I did that because I'm kind of excited. But the story of this bourbon has got me into it. Because when I saw it on the shelf and I actually purchased the bourbon, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was Kentucky straight bourbon. Okay. So I didn't know anything about it. We've talked time and time again here at the Bourbon Basement. We want to try every Kentucky bourbon that there is.
At least once.
So with that, if I see a Kentucky bourbon that I don't have it, I'm like, I'm going to get that. And as long as it ain't really expensive. And so I got it, didn't know nothing about it. Fake it till you make it February just come around. Don't even know why I decided to do that. And then this bottle actually fell in to that category. So I was like, awesome. I get to do a show on this. But anyway, so the story about this bottle, the name, let's just start with that. Goes all the way back to 1951. There is the Hamburg Place Farm. It's a huge farm where actually Hamburg Pavilion is now in Lexington, Kentucky. So
And a lot of other stuff.
yeah, so I mean it's a
hot spot.
and now it's a happening place in Lexington, Kentucky. So much stuff in Hamburg. That was all part of that farm. That was owned by the Madden family way back in the 1950s. The Madden family owned it.
Until what, late 80s, middle 80s?
I don't know.
When the Maddens pulled out?
They may still own some. I don't know.
Something else.
But the Madden family owned this farm. Well, on that farm, they leased some land to a John A. Bell. All right. And he called that the Jonah Bell Farm. So it's still the Hamburg Place Farm, but it was leased to him, and it was called the Jonah Bell Farm. Well, way back on a dark, stormy night.
Here we go.
In 1950, there was a young colt being born, and he was big, and Mama was struggling, and it was a really rough birth. All right. So when he finally escaped the womb and was on the ground, he was nearly dead. Yeah, we spent that time trying to get out, only to I won't say the rest.
Let's stop there.
But anyway, so when he's on the ground, he's got broken ribs. He's damaged. He's barely breathing. They don't think that he's going to make it. Well, I've heard several stories about this. Some true.
Yeah.
And,
on the internet?
Yeah, well, some true. And John A. Bell, he come in after a party, and his work hands was like, we've got a foal on the ground. I don't think it's going to make it through the night. So John goes and look at it, colt's struggling and everything else. And in a last-ditch effort, he takes some bourbon off the shelf, pours it down the colt's throat, and leaves.
I knew it was good for it. I knew it would work.
So, well, I mean, bourbon was medicinal.
It still is.
Oh, it still is.
But I mean, you used to have a prescription to get this stuff, right? So I guess he was thinking, hey, it was medicine. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. But I can only imagine him out of the vets don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Farmhands don't know what to do. He's the owner of the farm, but not the horse. He's a breeder and everything else. So he's just trying to get these colts and stuff for the owners.
Cool story.
And the colt's dying or the foal's dying, and he pours some whiskey down its throat. Well, the next day, that colt's doing better. All right, and it just continues to get better, and it survives and it thrives. That's part one.
Wonder if the lawyer should come in right now and do the disclaimer real fast. You know how to read at the bottom that this might cause
Yeah, maybe you're not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he's disclaimer going across the
I heard stories, and I googled. So I've talked before many times of how I go down rabbit holes. So a lot of this, when I'm looking at histories of this stuff, I go down many rabbit holes. I went down rabbit holes on Hamburg Place Farm and the Madden family, and read so much stuff that I can't use on my show. But I read so much stuff about that. I went down the rabbit hole on John A. Bell because it said that he's a legendary horseman. John A. Bell throws whiskey down the colt's throat. And I was like, okay, why is he legendary? So I went and
John Bell's getting drunk with the horses.
So I ran. I don't know how. No, I'm sure he probably did have a swig before he came to the. What to do?
Even that, or he's already drunk. He's like, here, get this down your gullet.
He did come from a party. But he was a horse owner, a horse breeder, a farm owner. He was the president of commissions. He was the president of clubs. Just the legendary John A. Bell knew the horse industry inside and out.
Did that make newspapers?
Well,
Wondered.
if you Google John A. Bell right now, and I did, and maybe it was because I had searched up all this other stuff, but the first article that pulled up was this horse story.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that was in John A. Bell. But anyway, so I wanted to ask you guys, 1951, what bourbon? And it doesn't say in the story, so we're ad-libbing this. What bourbon do you think this guy pulled up in 1951 and threw down that horse's throat? That this bourbon could be the special elixir that everyone needs to be healthy.
Okay,
Sounds like-
about the disclaimers. I think we might
Who knows? Who knows?
we might beach drinking with horses' rear ends. I guess.
Yeah. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
So what bourbon do y'all think? Think 1951. So I looked at like popular bourbons. I mean, just think about it. So
It's probably
Old Fitz.
Kentucky Gentleman.
Old Fitz was a popular bourbon back then.
Was.
I.W. Harper was a popular bourbon back then. Old Forester was a popular bourbon. But I don't think the guy wasted this bourbon on that horse. I think it's in the barn, right? It's not in the house. This is in the barn. So this is the workers'
Jobs.
the workers' bourbon. This ain't the owner's bourbon. So I said, what was the best-selling bourbon? I Googled what was the best-selling bourbon in 1951. So it comes down to early times. So I think early times bourbon is what he put down that horse's throat. I think early times bourbon, and that's what we're going with.
Good call.
He threw some early times bourbon down.
That's a good call.
Best-selling bourbon in 1951. So there you go.
If I guessed Four Roses, unfortunately, I was kind of thinking Four Roses. I don't even know when they came about.
I was
though.
going with a bean, something in the Jim Beam family, I think. But
I was going to think one of the common ones. Makers. We could have said makers.
All right. So when this horse survived the night, which they didn't think he would, one story said he put the bourbon down his throat and the horse jumped up. You know that. I don't believe that story.
With that old Disney movie.
But he survived the night. He improved and got better. And they named the horse Never Say Die because of that. He was on death's bed, and they brought him back with basically whiskey, and so they named him Never Say Die.
And he grew up. He won the Triple Crown.
You know what? Some stories here. He didn't win the
he did.
No, that would have been.
Now, what do you all, when you all hear Never Say Die bourbon? So when I saw Never Say Die bourbon, my first thought was 007 movie.
That's the title of the movie,
Yes,
right?
it's the title of James Bond 007, which took me to England, which made me think, well, it can't be that because this is a Kentucky bourbon, right? All right. Well, it has ties with England, believe it.
Yeah.
All right.
I've read the label.
It's
So
a
it has
small
time.
world.
And a lot of this is on the label, kind of the condensed version.
Right.
I'm the long-winded version.
That's all right.
All right.
We got another time to fill.
But it doesn't have ties to 007. It does tie back to England, but not 007. So in 1954, what's that put this coat?
3.
3? Good job, Ryan. I'm throwing you the soft lobs because you messed the first one up.
No, he's trying to put me on the spot to make me up.
All right, so in 1954, Never Say Die lived to England and competed in the Epsom Derby. Not only did he compete, he was a 33 to 1 odds, and he won. He won England's Epsom Derby. Now, what was so fantastic about that?
That was what I was going to ask you. How deep did you go down the rabbit hole for the Epsom Derby?
He was the first American-bred horse to win that Derby in over 70 years.
Wow.
All right, so it was a big thing. It was a big thing back then. So it kind of made the horse kind of legendary. I mean, he was no secretariat, no man of war. But for England, it made his name known. Okay? But
They
this
run backwards on the track. You know that, right?
I didn't know that. Maybe that was why he was so good.
They right-hand turn, not left-hand turn.
Okay. That is so cool.
That's why we turn left, because literally to just break away from England and their group.
Right,
We're
well,
not going
It's
to do
just
it
like the Europeans.
I don't know how good the horse was in the Americas, but in England, he won that
He did
day.
pretty good. Kept running through that rail
That's
at the
right.
first turn.
That's right. So but maybe with his rough birth, maybe running was easier for him.
That's just like Englanders though. Like they run the opposite direction at horse races. They drive on the wrong side of the road. It's one of those
Be
things.
careful now. I think you had a guy. No,
They just like it different.
Yeah, I was thinking.
All right, guys. So next,
Place.
here's where the story
Same
gets
thing.
even more interesting. We've talked about heartwarming survival stories, right? No, you're fine. We've talked about horse racing. All right. Here's where we talk about, and we talked about last ditch efforts. Here's where we talk about betting long shots. All right. So at that Derby, at the
33 to 1.
Epsom Derby, 33-1 odds, there was a lady named Mona Best. Okay. She allegedly sold her jewelry and took her life savings and put all of her money down on that 33-1 long shot.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how true that story is, but the truth is she did bet and she did win on that horse. And these are the other stories that I heard is that it was her life savings, which included pawning her jewelry to get it. Now, so she won on that 33-1 long shot. Now, does anybody know? How about you rock and roll fans? You all know who Mona Best is. And nobody's commenting, right?
Nope.
All right. So with her winnings, and now see if this club sounds familiar, because if you're a big 50s and 60s rock and roll fan, you probably have heard of some of this stuff. All right. So she took her winnings and she opened the Cosba Coffee Club. All right. Well, in the Cosba Coffee Club, she had live music. All right. Now, her son played as drummer in a band. His name was Pete Best. And he was drummer in a band called Quarrymen. Now, the Quarrymen, if you haven't heard of them, they changed their name a few times, but ended up sticking with, in 1960, they stuck with the name The Beatles.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
So the Beatles, with Peter Best as a drummer, were called the Quarrymen. They played their first gig live at the Casbah Coffee Club, which was Mona Best's coffee club that she opened with the winnings from win at the Epsom Derby.
So
Is that not awesome?
basically what we're saying
It is. That's a cool story.
you can take Never Say Die the horse for the Beatles.
That's
all we're saying.
That's what they're saying on the.
That's all we're saying.
They don't name the Beatles, and that's what they say. So the Quarrymen's first gig with Peter Best as the drummer was
That's
at that Cosba Coffee Club.
That's
Now they
great.
changed their name to the Beatles. They settled. They were going through different names. I know one was the Silver Beatles or whatever, but they settled as just the Beatles in 1960. They didn't change their name after that.
Did we go down a rabbit hole of how they settled on Beatles?
No, but
That should be hard.
unfortunately for Peter Best, in 1962, he was let go from the Beatles and replaced by someone called Ringo Starr. I don't know who that is. I'm just kidding. But he was replaced with Ringo Starr.
I
So
know you don't know nothing about that bourbon.
I bet he doesn't either. So let's get.
Rock the cash.
So that is.
Coffee house.
That's the story. That's the story of Never Say Die Bourbon. That's why it's significant. That's why it's interesting. And every bourbon has a story, right? True story.
True story.
All right.
That's
True
enough.
story.
So,
That's enough of that.
but anyway, so now let's jump forward to 2017. Okay. An Englishman named David Wild and a Kentucky native named Pat Madden. They were at the Kentucky Derby sipping some mint juleps. I'm guessing,
I'm here.
and they were old college Cambridge College mates. All right, and they got to talking about this story and everything else because it happened on Pat Madden's family farm that this story happened. All right, so David Wild brings it up to Pat Madden. Him and David get together, and they're like, yeah. So they got a few more investors, and they decided to start producing Never Say Die Pearl. All right. Now, the one thing they wanted to do, though, they said it has to have a unique maturation. It has to have American and English ties because that was like the horse. All right. So they decided to make it a Kentucky bourbon because it's distilled Wilderness Trail Distillery.
Okay.
All right. So Wilderness Trails makes it. It's a mash bill. Their high rye mash bill, 75 corn, 21 rye, and 4 malted barley. Now, it ages at the distillery or rick house somewhere here in Kentucky for 5 years. All right. Then they put it on a ship and they send it on a 6-week journey across the Atlantic to Derbyshire, England, to another distillery there where they take it off the ship. So it ages in the ocean. It ages in Kentucky. It ages on
Across
the ocean. So you got all that motion of the ocean. And then it ages in Derbyshire at a distillery called Peak Distillery. Now at Derbyshire, that's where they continue to age it, but when it's ready, they proof it down with English water. So that's unusual because what's the only thing you can add to bourbon and it still be bourbon? Water. But it doesn't say if it's Kentucky bourbon, it has to be Kentucky water. It can be any water. All right. So they age it with England's water, proof it down, and then they bottle it in England. So Kentucky bourbon, distilled, aged here, ages on the ocean, ages in England, then gets proofed down with English water and bottled in England. Very interesting. Then gets shipped back to the States, and it stays in England. They sell it in England too. They sell it to the States. It's in 9 U.S. states right now. And those 9 states, it's about $68 each. In England, it's about 60 pounds if you want to do it. Now, I wrote pounds LBS because I don't know that.
That's simple.
But it's in English pounds. So that dual country process that it does, that is the first bourbon of its kind that does that. Now, the other one that stands out is actually another one up here, Jefferson's.
Yeah.
But Jefferson's, they put those on the ocean. They age it on the ocean. But they do not call it a Kentucky bourbon. So I don't know if it ever ages in Kentucky or if it's even distilled in Kentucky. Now, Jefferson has some Kentucky bourbon. But the ocean age does not say Kentucky bourbon. So this one here is actually an ocean aged that I get to do a little story on.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool.
It is.
So 6 weeks on the ocean.
Neophyte says the motion of the ocean is all marketing. Adds to the price of a bottle. Resting, aging in a warehouse can do the same thing without the cost.
So it doesn't matter about the slush.
Yeah.
See, I've always kind of wondered about that because I figured it would pull more like of the char off the barrel with it getting sloshed around.
It's the same as they roll it in the brick houses regularly.
Yeah.
Right.
This is just constantly getting.
So I do kind of agree. That's kind of marketing thing. Like, oh, it's been aged on the ocean. So
I can see a marketing ploy on that too. And if you look at that, it's all NDPs that do. It's not a distillery. So like Maker's Mark doesn't advertise that. Jim Beam don't advertise it. It's these NDPs, and they may need that kind of
Just to
promotional
get the
kind of
bump
thing to get a little bit more.
So
Now, why did this bourbon? I thought all that was pretty interesting. I think I had released our first bourbon in 2023. It was released in England and then come over to the Americas, to 9 states. But why did they make my fake it till you make it list? Because they are planning on opening a distillery, a micro. So they'll still be sourcing bourbon.
We're still doing this process.
They'll probably still source bourbon forever because it's just a micro distillery. It's a $4 million development right there on Limestone Drive in Lexington, Kentucky. They are not building a building.
Short.
Yeah, Short.
Lime,
I'm sorry.
but it is Lime.
It's Short Street. You're right. I'm wrong. It's Short Street. It's not Lime.
Okay. But it's near Lime. It's not far.
It's close. It's about a block from Lime.
I'm confused. I thought I knew where we were, and now I'm in a different city.
You're in Cheapside.
Okay.
So Short Street there, they are
It's on a corner.
a building that used to be a bar. They're putting their micro distillery in there.
Yes.
All right. It's a $4 million development. I think the minimum that you have to be able to produce to be a distillery is 600 proof gallons. Another rabbit hole. Proof gallons. So 600 proof gallons, that's another rabbit hole. I won't talk a lot about that, but they are going to produce the minimum 600 proof gallons per year, which On an average, it's going to be between 9 and 10 barrels a year. So
Very micro.
Very micro.
Very.
And if you think about it, that's probably what Old Forester and all them do with their micro, because they're on Main Street. They produce some. They're Stitzelweller. If you go there, they got one barrel like a month coming out there too. But so that's 9 or 10 barrels. That's going to equal at 100 proof about 24 to 2,500 bottles. Okay. So if you do the 2,500 bottles, they're supposed to be doing guided tours, tastings, special bottlings, which I believe that may be part of your special bottlings when it gets old.
When it gets old.
So that's what they're going to do. But I didn't tell you all this. So their bourbon is already 5 years old when they get it from Wilderness Trail. So Wilderness Trails ages it for 5 years. They send it across the sea, 6 weeks on the ocean, and then it ages over there in England. So I'm guessing it's about 6 years.
I've been waiting to read this for a minute, but it kind of ties into the same thing that you were saying just now. You said, think of the cost to move that from place to place. You have to get that back so the price of the whiskey goes up. How are these people affording not only to buy the barrels and stuff off of these distilleries, but then send them overseas for 6 weeks? Can you imagine the shipping cost of that? I don't know how they're making any money.
But I mean, when you think about that, and then I say $68 for a bourbon, it's high because there's a lot of good bourbons that's well under $60, well under $40. But you think about everything that goes into this bourbon, it's probably 6 years old when it gets bottled.
By the end of it.
It goes all the way to England. It comes all the way back.
Some of it.
They source it. They don't blend it right now.
Well, they sell
and it's then you look at it that way, and then you say it's only $68.
Yeah,
for all that.
But
I don't know how they're making any money off of it with the price of barrels and then shipping.
Bottles of it do they sell a year in England?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, it could be that's their market, right?
And I looked at revenue, and since it's a private company, it's not like publicly owned.
Yeah.
So I didn't get any of that information. None of that information shared.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't on Google and AI and all that crap that I look at. You know.
They may make good money off of it up there.
Well, 60 pounds, whatever that is, that's the bottle.
Maybe they sell a lot. You know, I mean, maybe they.
I'm sure they've worked out things with that distillery. I do know that once they dump this, there's another whiskey and wine, I think, over there, maybe even beer over there, that they will put in these barrels to age it.
So there's
and that was another rabbit hole. So they use these barrels to age other whiskey, other bourbon,
beer.
I'm sorry, not bourbon, other whiskey, beer, and wine. Yeah. And they like it because it's got that wet barrel. As soon as they dump these, still wet, ain't dried out, moves right over and gets filled with that stuff. So it's kind of cool.
It is cool
that way.
That's a neat concept.
And I think I've talked it out, guys. So let's get to
I was wrong earlier. When I said 15 to 20 minutes, I meant 20 to 30 minutes when we would meet you all for our drink.
I like the story.
You didn't see your nuts before we started there.
I like the story. All right, I'm going to get rid of this stuff that we aren't using today. The Never Say Die bottle's there. We need to get it open, and let's get to tasting this. Guys, I'm real excited about tasting this one.
Peter, appreciate you tuning in, sir. Happy Friday. That being said, 60 pounds is $81.91 in American dollars. So that's
a little bit more expensive.
I was zoned out there. Kind of zoned out. I was over here. I felt like I wasn't part of the conversation, so I was just killing time.
So you can always jump in. I don't mean to leave you out there.
It's hard to jump in.
It is.
I can't even jump in to read chats. Because when I do, you're in the middle of something and you're like, hold on, where was I?
And I can just do that.
We got to read through a book to get back to where we were.
You going to fuss at me? You going to open that thing. I put your daggone knife up there. You're sitting there fussing.
We might actually need it today.
I am excited about trying this one. And that's strange that it's actually more in England because it has one less trip. Yeah. So it doesn't have to come back.
Right. Maybe that keeps it down or that, I was thinking it wrong.
I put a knife out there for you.
I thought it was open.
It's pretty cool to me that the way they use the barrels. I'm not a fan of nothing out of another barrel. Yeah. I don't like bourbon ale or nothing like that.
But you can see what neophyte gave a special hello to you as well.
Oh, hello.
She's back there. She's just a little quiet this evening.
After last week.
She was heard last week. I don't know if you could hear exactly what she was saying, but she was heard.
I give her no. You couldn't understand a word she said, but it was fun to mess with her.
Give me a break.
I want
One
this.
break. I mean,
I want this bottle to be good, guys.
This is unreal.
Yeah.
seriously?
Yeah.
I gotta put my glasses on.
It didn't want to go.
The
He said I could hear.
so,
Yeah.
so have y'all tried other trail products before?
Flyers. Steven?
Okay, so
Skin
we're already going to knock 1 point off for not being able to get the cork out.
whole wax up. Twisting the whole dang wax. Pull that string if you can.
Come on.
Well,
baby.
it's strain.
Show them muscles.
I remember my first time opening a bourbon. All right, we're gonna time Bappy out.
You got it. Time and Bappy out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to time him out after that one. He said, "I remember my first time opening a bottle." We're gonna have to put him in a 15-minute timeout.
Time out him. That might
What's going on here?
More
Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. We gotta get that off.
What is?
Use your mouth. Go on.
Son of a nutcracker. Quit! More!
Okay, there we
More! I don't pour.
Stephen pours.
go. Are we just doing a blind pour? Just pour.
Yeah.
Just pour, baby. Just
Picture
pour.
that bottle
Always
opener.
ready
Like,
pour.
yeah.
I always
We needed
measure
one
my
for that.
points because I don't know who's going where after this.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
That's probably a good time. And I don't want them to have too much. All right, guys.
Sit down.
Oh, damn. Sorry. Thank you. Forgot the producers.
Yeah.
It's all down the side of that one. Give that to Emmy.
She likes that one.
Oh yeah, someone done something right here. Gosh, what a mess.
I was messing. I'm rushing my
Sort
pour
that up.
because y'all give me a napkin.
Well, if you didn't,
Sorry, guys. This is the chaos of the show.
That's the way it is. Especially when
I want mine in this.
What? That's mine.
All right.
Welcome to Bourbon Basement. That's mine.
All right. So I'll go through and try to give some. Let's give some stuff. I'm talked a lot. I'm gonna let you all do a lot of the talking.
Oh no.
Agree.
What?
That I saw that you were drinking your water too. Does it not dry your mouth out listening to him talking? He doesn't take one sip of water.
Never thought about it. Now I'm going to all the time.
I'm serious. That's why I drink my water. He doesn't take a sip, and it's amazing. Fishbowl with a handle. That's about what that wine glass was.
He was on a roll, man. Let him go.
I found the story interesting.
That's a good story. It is. It's a very good story.
And if I was with Wes Henderson from True Story, I would sit down and talk about this bourbon with him.
Well, he said you should learn to free pour.
Learn to free pour my ounces. I actually have the pourers that go in there that measure the ounces, but the bottles all have different size necks, and some of them don't fit right and leak all over the counter. So
What are you going
We make a mess with or without it, so you might as well just throw them in there.
we do.
It's spicy.
You get a little spice in there.
Yeah. What's the
I get the
proof?
spice.
It's a very high rye bourbon. I didn't tell you all the proof of this one.
Definitely get the right spice.
It's just 95 proof, guys.
Oh, wow.
So it's just 95 proof.
It's got a good smell.
I don't know what I'm getting here.
Besides the spice, do you get the spice?
I mean, yeah,
Cooking spices or like cinnamon
No,
spices?
cooking spices. Just real spicy. Just, I don't know. Like,
I would have said cinnamon.
I get the
Maybe.
cinnamon.
Well,
myself.
that's
Remember.
rum.
I get the cinnamon.
There's a sweetness. It's a sweet spice.
Yeah. That's what I say. To me, it's like a rummy, like a rum. Not that I'm a rum drinker, but I've smelled it before.
It's other than the spiciness that comes out. I don't smell a lot of alcohol in there with the 95 proof, but the spice kind of overwhelms. Whether
Yeah.
you're smelling bacon spices or cinnamon
It's-
spices, you don't really get a whole lot of other notes out of there. So on the nose, this one I call it a little generic on the nose.
It's fair, I think. What do you think?
I can't get anything. Nothing specific.
Nothing specific. But
I
do
mean,
you smell the spice?
I get
just
the
over-
spice, but I
Yeah.
also get a little sweetness in there too.
Yeah, I do too, right?
But I can't pinpoint what it is.
My nose is not that good. Hank been
Usually mine is, but I'm struggling
2020.
this evening. What happened in the Great Nose War of 2020?
Yeah,
It's lost the senses.
COVID.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh, COVID.
It's light like a finger.
Bacon is always good to get on your whiskey. What do you mean by that?
Said it.
No, that was neophyte.
Okay, I thought it
You
was.
sauce me on that one a little bit. You can elaborate. I don't know. Bacon's always. I mean, I've had bacon with bourbon before. If that's what we're meaning. It adds that smokiness. I'm not getting a whole lot. I did take my first sip.
I did too.
Not a whole lot of burn.
No,
You smell the
no,
spices. You don't feel any spice.
Well, I like the finish of it.
I like dry. And I'm not as dry. Usually I'm the dry.
It seems a little dry to me.
Usually I'm the dry one. My finish is that spicy finish, but the take
Like a
where it
tongue.
comes and rolls down my tongue, no heat, no nothing
No,
like that.
there's no heat in
It's
it.
got a very good sweetness, but not overwhelmingly sweet. I'm like our producer back there that said pear. I get a mild pear. I do get that cinnamon kind of appley thing, like Crackle Barrel apples.
What?
So he said backing spice. Sounded like he said bacon. So apparently it sounded like we said something. And then Vappy said, "I call that breakfast bourbon." And Neophyte said, "Vappy understands."
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast bourbon,
Gotcha. Yeah.
breakfast bacon bourbon.
Oh gosh. That's
The more I taste it, I taste a little licorice in there though, which I'm not a very fan of. I taste that pear
I do
that you
taste that
got,
pear.
Yeah, I got the licorice too now.
and I got a little licorice kind of late.
Got that Jägermeister mix in it.
Then I get that little bit of the baking spices kind of on the back of my tongue as it finishes. But it's not a hot finish. It's a real mild finish. You just taste those spices at the end.
I kind of taste powdered sugar. You know how it has a different taste than like regular sugar?
Yeah.
I kind of taste powdered sugar.
I'm not getting a lot of sweet out of it at all. My nose a little bit on the back, but I'm not getting anything sweet out of it at all. I don't dislike it. I actually do like it.
Are you getting those leathery notes?
Get a leathery note.
Okay.
I know that's
leather out of everything.
I know you guys always say that.
Well, that's your palate. That's your
It is.
Leather and Mackie.
Leather and lace.
Cheers, y'all. We never cheers.
Mm.
Well, we did
Cheers.
invite you all to a drink earlier, but we didn't cheers. So we finally made it around to ours. About
Happy did.
32 minutes into the.
I got a little bit.
show.
Here's some water, guys. If y'all want to try
Yeah, I'll
some water,
take just a little shot. Oh, don't mess it up.
How old is this?
it's good bourbon.
It's not.
It's not bad.
Aged for 5
You want
years.
water, baby.
Yeah, it's aged for 5 years before Never Say Die picks it up from Wilderness Trail, and then they send it overseas for 6 weeks, and then back again. So it's probably close to 6 years when
Say
it's
it's close
actually
to
bottled.
6. I saw an interview with Pat Madden, who is part owner in this, and he said it was aged 6 years and then went overseas. But all the articles that I read says it's aged 5 years and then goes overseas.
So I think a safe bet's probably
I
around
bet
6
it's around 6 years old.
or 5.5, however particular you want to be. Isn't it sweet in the beginning of the tongue? I get the sweetness out of it.
I do too.
The only time that I got that spice was actually in the nose.
I wish I could.
Uh-oh.
Then I like
Zoom us back out.
Man, who did it?
I don't know. I held my hand up like this, but I don't know if it.
I probably did. Shaking that glass.
Zoom us back out. Hey, you're getting your shot.
I get my
Your
cameo.
cameo.
As you guys, yeah.
You're getting your cameo.
So was the trip overseas?
Was the trip overseas worth it? I don't really. I've not tasted.
That's so funny when it does that.
It doesn't say an age. No, it doesn't have an age on the bottle.
There's no age statement. The bottle they did say it kind of tells the story. So on the back they have a little bit of the story. You was reading that earlier.
It's a good
It
story.
talks about the story. It has, of course, the horse on it has the date 1954 when he won the Epsom Derby. This with the perforated edges is supposed to be like a betting ticket. So that comes into play there. Of course, it has the emblems of I don't know. I guess that's Derbyshire, England, and then it has another one with like the America and something else. I don't remember what it actually said about the two little brands or the emblems there. But the bottle represents the story.
Is there any significance of
Was
that? Do you
the
think?
triple?
That is the jockey's colors that won.
Okay,
Yep. So
that's it. That's
or
the
the-
silks.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
six.
silk.
Was the trip
He was-
overseas worth it? I would have to taste it aged on land and then taste this one to see if it actually made any kind of difference.
I didn't think it made that big of a difference.
It's the same bourbon though.
I mean, this tastes like a lot of the other bourbons around 95 proof, with that subtle sweetness at the beginning, some pear flavor, some cinnamon flavor, and then finishing with a little bit harsher kind of baking, non-sweet spices.
I dig it.
It's a good bourbon. I think it's a smooth bourbon.
What'd the water do to you?
I didn't taste the difference.
I don't either. Very different.
I
It's
taste
the
the
live
difference.
stream unexpected camera issues. We know.
We have
I do
Glad that
too.
you
When I
all
watch it, I love it. I think it's
we don't enjoy it.
we have them when they fall over. We've had cameras fall over and break. We've had all kinds of things.
I don't understand how it did it that time because I held my hand up like this, but I didn't think it would zoom it. It was only one hand.
Every time I go back and watch these, I can find out who did it. Every time. And then more
That's a technique.
than likely it's me.
Yeah.
Most times it's all
Well,
me.
that's the hand thing.
You do
That's
like
why-
flinging your hands
'cause
around.
I don't know what to do with
Yeah, but I
hands.
never make the L shape.
Put them down in the side, boy. Put them down in the
I don't
side.
think I make that L shape, but I do talk like this a lot, which has the L
Well,
shape
quit
kind
doing
it. Who wants to go first with their rating and what they think?
We'll start
One
in
of
the
you
middle and
fellas.
go out.
No. I think one of you fellas.
Go ahead, Raz.
Go ahead, Ryan. How about you go first for a change? You never get to go first, Ryan.
We usually do every other week.
I know.
Try to anyway. I've
Well,
kind of
I
lost track.
stole this show, so you all talk.
It's your
Uh,
show.
so let's see.
I'm going to talk very
Starting out, beginner friendly, $60, probably not. The taste of it's beginner friendly. You're not going to burn yourself up on this without by any means. But I don't think it's beginner friendly just because of the price range. It's got a good color. It's a little light.
It's light.
It's a little on the
I
lighter
agree.
side.
I think it was light for the
Yeah.
age and the motion. Because I thought it would have been much harder from the barrels.
But it is a little light, so I'm gonna knock it a little bit on the color because I do like that rich dark amber color on mine. It's not horrible. I've seen much lighter than that. The taste or the smell, I couldn't pull anything out of it. The smell was either too complex or too simple for me. I can't really decide which one it
I'm gonna
was.
call it simple, personally.
I can't really decide which one it was, but I couldn't pull anything specific out. I got a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of sweetness, but I couldn't actually tell you what they were specifically. The taste, I got about the same as I did the nose. You get that sweetness up front, and after they said pear, of course, it was a little cheat, but I did get pear. I did get a little bit of powdered sugar kind of flavor. I didn't get that spiciness on the tongue like I did the nose. It went down really smooth. It drank smooth. Didn't take any acclimation. It was a good taste overall. I won't say it came in layers. It was kind of just like one straight shot all the way through from the front to the back. And then with the water, I'm kind of with Dad over there. I didn't get anything really different. Didn't change profile for me whatsoever. So I got basically the same with the water. So I would drink this one on the rocks or straight, and I'd probably give it an overall rating of 6.6.
6.6. All right. Go ahead, Jim Boy.
Well, I didn't get a lot of. I got the nice spice. It's not a alcoholic spice, just a good spice. I think the finish, the taste of it, pretty much stayed true to me to my nose. I said I tasted that leather. I can't really smell leather in it, but I could taste that. And I'm going to say that I would buy that bourbon.
Yeah.
I would buy that bourbon. I think it's a decent price.
Especially considering like how much they've invested into it. I know that it's all the marketing thing and they're trying to get that money
Yeah.
back, but they've invested a lot into this.
I like to see all these guys do good. I like to see I like to be able to try different bourbons. So I want them all to succeed so I can try them on down the road as long as I can.
That's right.
Buy this bourbon. The beginner stuff, I don't know. I mean, I began with a 4-year-old Jim Beam when I began. That's my.
It all depends on who it is.
It
You could
does.
grab that bottle first time drinker and be just fine.
And I think you'd be just fine. And would suggest that anybody that is inclined to buy it and try it. And I'm going to just say mine would probably be a 7 on.
All right. So
Just a
6,
solid
6 and a 7.
Yeah.
Which is good for both. And what I want to say about it, I think it's an easy drinker. I think it is light I think the smell is, I don't know, but I think the smell's tied to that lightness. It's very light. It's a light smell.
Yeah.
It's a generic smell. It's kind of just a one smell. You don't pull a whole lot out of it. So if you're into sniffing bourbons and trying to find that stuff, you can sniff this one all night and maybe not find hardly anything. But
I've
that
been
being
known to
said,
shove my nose into glass bourbon sometimes.
it is an easy drink, and it's a good bourbon. It's not a bourbon that you would drink and be like, "Oh, dude, I need
No,
something else."
nothing like that.
It is $68. A $68 bourbon. Is there other $68 bourbons that's better? Maybe. Is there $50 bourbons better?
We don't
Maybe.
think that.
But is there some that's not as good? Yes, I can tell you that right
Maybe
now.
the story behind it makes it drink better.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. I
So-
didn't mean to steal that from you.
Well, that's fine. No, that's a good point because if you did buy that, you said you'd buy that bourbon.
Well,
And when you take this bourbon and you have some friends over or something and y'all sit down and you're like, hey, man, I want y'all to try this one. You know what you're going to do? You're going to tell the
You're
story.
going to tell parts of that story. The ones
You're going to tell that story about the bourbon. You're going to talk about the horse.
The label is great.
Yeah, you're going to talk about the horse. You're going to talk about it going overseas, so it gets that motion.
Yep.
The
Beatles.
This is one of those bourbons that if you're running out of stuff to talk about in the night, and the night's winding down, and you still want to drink and you want to talk,
Yep.
it's got betting, it's got racehorses, it's got the Beatles. You can put the Beatles on and start playing,
There you go.
and your night will go another 3 hours.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So the story behind this bourbon does what bourbon is supposed to do.
Yep.
It's going to bring people
It's
together
conversation.
to conversate and to have a good time.
Fellowship.
And you keep going back to the true story. Pull up a chair.
I do, and True Story has a good thing, but no story. It has a good concept. This is the story.
This is a story.
That's the concept. And but this one here, I enjoyed the flavor of it. Like I said, generic smell. But when you get to the taste, to me, and I do taste leather and stuff a lot too, but I did not in this one. I had just a subtle sweetness. I had that pear, maybe some caramel apples from Cracker Barrel, and then I finished with that heavier spice, but not a burny spice, right?
Yeah.
And it's just 95%. So I liked it well, and I'm going right in the middle of you two. I'm going at a 6.8, so 6.6, 6.8, 7,
Okay.
and I think that's a good place for that bourbon.
Tasting notes.
Oh,
Did you read that?
I did not.
Okay.
Dollar Bill Will, appreciate you tuning in, sir. Cheers. Happy Friday to you as well. Neophyte said, so would you say if the bottle was $50, it would be a buy and try?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would buy it and try it at 68.
So there you go. So it's worth the price of admission at 68 just to try it and see what you think of it. KC12, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, go ahead and read.
I was just going to say it's got a tasting note thing here, and it says it's lively with a spice and citrus that melts into vanilla, leather, and caramel.
All right, and you got the leather. None of us said vanilla or caramel. We said cinnamon, and it said citrus, and I said pear.
I didn't.
So,
I don't taste citrus.
That tells you the difference in everybody's palate.
Everybody's. Yeah.
This is what they
Yeah.
say it tastes like. We say it tastes different.
Yeah.
It's
very light.
It is light, but it's good.
We ain't talked about the bottle. We gave the bottle a hard time last week.
I like
y'all
it.
Oh,
did.
yeah, what did you say Knob Creek 12 was, price-wise?
Knob Creek 12 is $62 to $65, I think, around here.
So that's what he was saying. Same price, around the same price as KC12.
Yeah. Now,
I Bill will like the setup. Appreciate it, sir. It's a work in progress, but I think we've come along.
I'm going to tell you, if you put it up against Knob Creek 12, if you're trying something like that, I don't think they compare.
That's fair.
I haven't done a blind on them, so I don't know. But I know, with Jim Beam, they've done that so long and so good. These people have been around since 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Taste is very subjective. I highly agree with that.
It
Taste
is very
is.
subjective.
There's no wrong taste.
I think this one is good.
But exactly. I enjoy it
So
very, very much. Does that bottle not look like a Russell's?
it does a little bit.
Looks a little bit like a
Same bottle style, just different labels.
Yeah.
Kind of a
I don't
mid.
think we have the Russell.
Mid squad. They're on.
We got one out there.
They're on the shelf.
Yeah, but I want to go get it. They're on the shelf. I got down here for.
All right, guys. Well, Ryan, you want to wrap us up?
Are you done?
My tasting is good. I guess next episode's going to be 12 minutes.
It's all right.
And it's all right. You're just going to stand there and look at him, tell him he's talking too much.
Oh, I never said you were talking too much. Words in my mouth.
I do apologize to our viewers that like to hear our guests talk because I do take over the show sometimes. And
We're just gonna take the lights off of this side of the screen over here. Just point them that way. I'll be in the dark corner.
What did you do to him?
I do want my guest and Ryan to jump in anytime they want to jump in.
I do. I don't know if he does. I'm not afraid. Maybe he's afraid to jump in.
I try not to
Because
because
slap him down like he used to.
these mics don't do too well when we're talking over each other. So I'd rather just wait for you to pause and then take over. But that
These mics
pause
aren't the
doesn't,
best.
pause
You can
doesn't
always-
come around very often.
I do look at you a lot during the episode. You can always say,
That's why I look smaller because
I
I
just-
step back so you can see.
I'm just gonna
Because if I
start doing-
stand up in here, then you guys can't see each other. You have to talk to them.
let's talk to you.
I'm just gonna start doing this, guys. Just put my finger up. All right, guys. Well, and considering Friday the 13th, I don't think that our technical difficulties were that.
Just one
horrible.
zoom in.
One zoom in mishap took us a little bit to get it fixed, but I mean, you all said that you do get enjoyment out of the mess up, so I'm glad someone does. One of these days, we'll figure out what hand gestures we can and can't do,
Or not.
or just we'll keep our hands tied behind our back.
Putting down.
You'll just have some cuffs or something set here and just when you go and locked in.
We'll
Like
just
they do
do
it. What's that at the witness or not a witness? No. TV show. Yeah, the TV shows I watch where they're interrogating.
Chain
Man,
to the desk.
All right, guys.
all TV shows. No, it's real.
Thank you all so much for tuning in, giving us a little bit of time out of your Friday evening. Thanks for Gene Boy for coming on the show
You're
with
welcome.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure indeed. Hopefully you all enjoyed as always. Hope everyone has a great weekend and stay safe in the travel. I know there's supposed to be a little bit of snow coming through this weekend in some places again, I think. So we can't escape it. We're just now starting to get rid of all the ice and stuff that we've had over here for 2 weeks. So
Still proud of it.
yeah, it'll be here until April, maybe May. In about August time, it'll be back to normal.
It will.
Once again, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you all did enjoy. We'll continue the Fake It Till You Make It February next week, and then I guess that'll be our last episode of Fake It Till You Make It February because I will not be doing research like Father does, and he will not be present on the last Friday of the month. So
I might take it to Florida. Can I do it in Florida? I'll
if
take all
you
this
can
stuff?
set it up,
I can do it on my phone, right?
yeah, I'll have to look into that. I guess
Look into it for me. I might do an episode on my phone.
he might do it from Florida, guys.
It'll
But
be generic looking, but cool.
anyway,
It'd be great.
Anyway,
watch
before I lose track in my outro anymore, I'm going to say thank you one more time. As always, why drink alone?
When you can drink with us.
We'll see y'all next Friday.
Next Friday, group night.
Good luck. Come on. Good luck.
All right, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
Happy Friday.
You gonna do this again?
You want to?
No way.
Eddie wants to get chocolate.
Oh, we're coming. Yeah, baby girl.